Where should U.S. authorities draw the line regarding the DeFi regulations? Welcome to Lynk channel. If you love getting news and updates about cryptocurrency, join our community by subscribing to our channel. You can tap the bell icon to never miss our new videos. If you enjoy our channel, kindly like and share it with your friends. September 7, 2022. A tweet from Cointelegraph stated, "Is the crypto market going too fast for regulators?" DeFi's anonymous nature becomes a headache for U.S. policymakers at the time to fit it into a legal framework. Experts provide their opinions on the best course of action as a result of the U.S. federal agency's approach to the DeFi sector, raising many worries about the industry's future. Given the decentralized nature of the industry, authorities have long struggled with how to handle decentralized finance or DeFi, one of the ecosystems in the cryptocurrency market that is developing the quickest. In 2022, American regulators gave the emerging region their whole attention, paying particular emphasis to how to eliminate the ecosystem's anonymity. Users that utilize DeFi protocols can exchange, borrow, and loan virtual assets directly from one another. Decentralized autonomous organizations and automated intelligent contracts manage most initiatives in DeFi ecosystems, which are by nature decentralized or DAOs. The majority of DeFi protocols don't impose stringent Know Your Customer or KYC requirements, allowing merchants to conduct anonymous transactions. A June draft of a U.S. law that had been leaked revealed some of the main issues that authorities were worried about, including DAOs, DeFi stablecoins, and cryptocurrency exchanges. The proposed bill placed a great deal of emphasis on user protection in order to get rid of any anonymous efforts. According to the law, DAOs and DeFi protocols, as well as all cryptocurrency platforms and service providers, must be officially registered in the U.S. Regulators' regressive stance, according to Sebastian Davies, principal at institutional framework and stability provider Aquanow, is due to their ignorance of technology. According to him, incidents like the penalizing of Tornado Cash users after the app was placed on the Office of Foreign Assets Control's list of specially designated nationals show a lack of technological comprehension. He clarified, "In my perspective, the message that lawmakers were trying to send was that they would make it very difficult for developers and users of protocols that completely mask transaction records and that they were willing to act rapidly. Although the precedent will be harsh, officials may eventually change their minds. To keep a voice at the table and prevent these kinds of shocks, participants in the virtual economy should keep talking to authorities as often as they can. They should also participate in the post-shock discourse that balances the system." Although DeFi products only make up a small portion of the international financial system, according to a Federal Reserve Board report published in August, they may nonetheless be dangerous to financial stability. According to the paper, DeFi's resistance to filtering is exaggerated, and transparency may put investment firms at a competitive disadvantage and open the door to misconduct. Forced laws will shut off new initiatives. Although it makes sense for authorities to be concerned about user protection, development and advancement shouldn't be sacrificed, according to experts. The United States would fall behind in the battle for innovation if the emphasis was just on gathering data and putting up barriers that prevented invention. Hugo Voles Oliveira, secretary at the New Economy Institute, a non-profit organization devoted to creating virtual economic policy, makes comments to Cointelegraph about why authorities' present strategy and concentration on eradicating anonymized projects won't be successful. He said, "Consider the fact that lawmakers and administrators continue to insist on banning anonymous cryptocurrency initiatives and teams, thereby seeking to strangle this sector by going after its creators. The more complex projects, however, that are being created in accordance with the community's ethos, won't be able to do this." He continued by saying that there was a real threat that the politicians would succeed in pushing the majority of the cryptocurrency business out of North America. It's worrying because the rest of the world still needs successful nations to stand up to the Financial Action Task Force and other undemocratic institutions that appear more focused on retaining power than fostering a threat strategy for innovation, he said. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation issued a new warning for investors in DeFi platforms on August 30th. These platforms are expected to be the subject of $1.6 billion in attacks in 2022. The law enforcement organization issued a warning that hackers are profiting from investors' rising interest in cryptocurrencies, the intricacy of cross-chain functioning, and the free software nature of DeFi platforms. Here's an actual tweet from FBI. The hashtag FBI warns that cyber criminals are increasingly exploiting vulnerabilities in decentralized finance, DeFi, platforms to steal investors' cryptocurrency. If you think you are the victim of this, contact your local FBI field office or IC3. Decentralization is a crucial component of the DeFi ecosystem, but it may also be used by criminals to conduct their illegal operations. It's crucial to remember, though, that laundering using cryptocurrencies has historically shown to be riskier because they may be tracked down and prohibited. Even after several years have passed since the fraud, criminals continue to launder their money. DeFi regulation calls for a change in perspective. Due to the lack of a national set of rules for cryptocurrency operators in the United States, with the exception of a few counties with specialized crypto-focused legislation, the topic of cryptocurrency regulations is a significant topic of discussion in the mainstream business. Therefore, controlling a specialized ecosystem may be difficult in the absence of clear information surrounding the larger cryptocurrency market. There is an increasing amount of interest among lawmakers in the DeFi field, according to Jackson Mueller, head of policy and government affairs at blockchain-based regulatory and financial technology firm Securrency. They are presently torn between applying the long-standing but arguably inappropriate regulatory regimes that are in place or thinking outside the box to create acceptable and responsible structures. He clarified, "A system based on complete anonymity will never be acceptable to legislators, which is why KYC and anti-money laundering regulations are in high demand." Despite the privacy and fair playing field issues that are unavoidably raised, today's modern technology has the ability to considerably protect an individual's confidentiality rights without significantly limiting the possibilities of DeFi services or encouraging opaque marketplaces. Regulated DeFi is not a contradiction. Both can coexist and must. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC recently presented a new proposal that made clear how little knowledge the SEC has of the industry. With this proposal, the Securities Exchange Act of 1934's meaning of exchange would be changed. With the modification, all platforms with a specific number of transactions will need to qualify as exchanges. Many experts claim that a severe approach, which is implied by the numerous suggestions and warnings given by U.S. federal authorities, wouldn't always be beneficial. The Global Digital Asset and Cryptocurrency Associations or Global DCA CEO, Gabriela Kuz, told Cointelegraph, "DeFi regulation necessitates a paradigm change from the idea of a policeman on the beat to the idea of community management. The entire dynamic of the connection between the authorities and the authorized must shift in a DeFi environment where contacts and organizations are decentralized. Regulation has to be rethought so that it becomes preventative rather than reactionary, enabling the industry's steady growth. In order to create and construct a self-regulatory organization that participates in broad dialogue with a wide spectrum of stakeholders in the virtual asset ecosystem," she stated, and the Global DCA is concentrating on this topic. These details will be represented in a mechanism for self-regulation which may assist to promote market integrity and consumer rights, according to the statement. According to Eric Chen, CEO and co-founder of the DeFi research and development company Injective Labs, ecosystem players ought to be included in legislative discussions. "Personally, I think regulators ought to engage the founders of Web3 firms in more direct dialogue. I believe that by having this conversation, all sides of the issue might more quickly come to a final regulatory understanding." Many people might not remember this, but the early Web2 industry was also subject to a complex regulatory framework. Naturally, this was fixed over time when founders and regulators started collaborating to create appropriate rules. Regulators start to worry about each new technology that gets popular. Their strategy, though, will be crucial in determining whether the technology can be used for benefit or if it will simply be outlawed because of a few horrible people. Industry analysts feel that conversation is the best course of action at this time because the present strategy for regulating the DeFi market under present funding rules might be terrible for the developing sector. That's it for our today's video. So, what can you say about the news? Let us know about it in the comments section down below. Thanks for tuning in to Lynk. We are always excited to provide you with news and updates about cryptocurrency, and if you like this video, please click the like button. See you on the next one.